Hey, hey, I think this music might be too loud. I think the music is too loud, right? There we go. It should be better. I think that's good. Let me know if the music is still too loud. All right. Hey everyone. Hopefully the beginning of the stream goes at least a little bit more smooth than last time. Because last time we had some audio issues. Yeah, I feel like the music is definitely too loud. All right, that's like as low as it can go, I guess. Let's try this. Maybe that's better. Or maybe you can't even hear it now. All right. It always starts this way. I don't know how to check these things before the stream starts. I basically just rely on everyone to tell me, hey man, the music's too loud. All right. Hey, I want to start by doing a quick update, and then I'm going to spend the rest of this stream doing some dev for this game jam. GameDev.tv. Let me post a little link here. So yeah, there's this game jam started Friday. I'm super busy, but hey, why not, right? I'll get some work done. But yeah, hey, let's just talk about this community project, Run Veggies. It's been working. There's a pretty awesome team of people that's been working on this since January. We even started like a little bit before that, just getting the team up to speed, submitting some ideas for the game, and we've come a long way. I'm really proud of everything the team has done. The game will be launching July 23rd on Steam. The Steam page is live, so you can wishlist it now. I can also put a link real quick. Let's see. This one. So yeah, go check out the Run Veggies project. Give it a wish list. It's going to be a free game. It costs you $0 to wish list it and $0 to play it. So just do it because it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm super proud of what the team has been doing, and I just want to celebrate as much as possible. So the more wish lists, the better. All right. Hey, how's it going, man? Good to see you. This one's yeah, so I was trying to get on by 1 Eastern, and I just kept hitting snags. My internet wasn't working, so I'm actually streaming this over my phone, so I don't even know if the stream quality is just absolute garbage. But hey, you do what you got to do, right? And I just want to do a real quick talk about the private mentoring and tutoring. If you are trying to learn game dev and you're doing it in Unreal Engine or Unity, or you just have general questions, you want to talk about your game development and where you are, you can book a 60-minute session with me. $30, super cheap for this type of service. Like, do some research if you're interested, and you'll find that this is like half of what everyone else is charging. But for me, I just am really invested in trying to help people reach their goals. $30 just basically covers my time, so that I can focus on this and give you undivided attention for 60 minutes. We can work around whatever you want. Some people want to do more just like troubleshooting and help with bugs. Some people want to talk more about like how to set up the architecture for the game or game design type questions. But hey, $30, we could talk about whatever you want. I hate sports. We could talk about sports if you want. It's $30. So there's a QR code to book a session. You could head to my website, jimdouglas.com, click on book a session, and book a session that way as well. So let's do some game dev. I think that's the shortest monologue in the history of my streams. I am like the king of monologues. Ask anyone. I love the sound of my own voice. So, hey, how's it going, man? So, I did get started yesterday. I wanted to do everything on live stream, but I was going through the assets. So basically, all I have is the free assets they give you for the game jam. Um, Career guidance, absolutely. I have like a lot of experience, and I'm happy to help people. You know, you could talk about resume, we could talk about building your portfolio, we could talk about jobs in the game dev industry and what one would be a good fit for your skills and your goals. Um, and I'll even do some interview prep so I can tell you things that will be helpful. So if you do get an interview, how to kind of nail it. Um, this is my tiny brag. The hardest part for me is getting the interview. I've never gotten an interview and not got offered a job. There's one exception to that, and I knew within like 2 minutes that they weren't interested. Like they were just giving me an interview out of courtesy because it was part of like this career fair. And I told the guy right then. I said, I don't think this is a good fit for me. I think you're looking for something else. And he said, yeah, I agree. And we kind of just ended the interview there and took an extra snack break. So if you want to talk about how to get a job, I'm happy to help with that. How to get jobs in the game dev industry, how to stand out against a sea of qualified candidates. All right. So this game jam, you get a bunch of free stuff. I found that like most of it is actually like 2D assets. Like if you go into this one, it's a lot of like tile maps. What's this one? This one, some 2D stuff. I hate 2D. I hate developing in 2D. It's like super annoying to me. So I just found the ones that are 3D. So it's this character. There's no animations with it, and anyone that knows me even a little bit knows that like animating is my absolute least favorite thing to do in game dev. There's this one has some cool stuff. Let me pull up this. And all these assets are free. You can just sign up for the game jam and just get the free assets if you want. This one has some cool stuff. I might use some of these things for the idea that I have. I think a few of these things will come in handy. Maybe the targets or these little like barrel things. And then this one, Tiny Treats, has some cool stuff. Overview. Yeah, it's like, you know, a little bakery type thing. This one's pretty cute. I like these little donuts. So yeah. So because I hate animation so much, I have the dumbest idea ever, but I feel like it's perfect for a game jam. And I've made this little character. It's a coffee cup. It's literally just a coffee cup. And I was like, how does a coffee cup move? I imagine it like kind of like hops, you know what I mean? So I made this wacky procedural animation. Like literally, I was like, I would rather do this than set up an animation state machine. So that's what I did. I set up this, and here's how it looks. It's over here. So I got my third person controller. I can look around, and then look at this. He's just hopping along. My little coffee cup, just hopping along. So I wanted to, like, when you move to the left and right, like it doesn't, I need to fix that, but let's do some of that. I think I need to get like what direction I'm heading. So maybe I need to get like these. Yeah, let's do that. And then I think what I'll do is X is on top. Okay. Recombine. Promote to variable. Movement direction. This is going to get a little weird. I'm trying to do this all procedurally, so doing some wonky stuff. Also, because of that, I had to do a timeline for the animation. So I'm doing some weird stuff where like I'm starting this animation and then I stop it when you stop pressing a thing, but it like leads to this really weird thing where sometimes you're like halfway in an animation. Yeah, I hate animating. It is the bane of my existence. All right, now I can get this movement direction here and split it like this. I'll just do that. This one's the Y. All right, I think that's good. So that's doing the same thing, but I want to use this to determine like what direction I'm using, and then I can change the animation. Let me think. All right, so the way this works is like I have this timeline. So basically this start movement animation is called when the player like pushes W, A, S, or D. And then when you release one of those, it stops the timer, basically. So, and this this just plays this loop, this animation loop. And so I'm using a timeline for rotation and height. The rotation like makes it rock back and forth, and the height makes it kind of like do the little hop. So like if you look at it from the side, it's kind of like like teetering, like it's gotta like get some momentum going. So that I always want to be doing that, but I want it to be either roll or pitch depending on what direction. All right, let me think about this for a second. Right now it's going into Y, and so that would be the Y. Wait, is that Y or X? Right vector is X. Forward vector is Y. So yeah, I think I can just hook it up like this. All right, so if this is... Well, you know what I think? Because this is never going to be 0. I mean, this will only be 0 when you're not moving in one of those directions, right? So if I do it like this, I think it might actually work. Yeah, look at that. All right, it looks weird though. I think it actually looks not bad. Yeah, I could do it that way. You're right. I think the way I did it is interesting. Yeah, I could probably use the velocity, but I think doing it this way allows me to just not have to do anything else. So I'm just going to leave it. I do not like how slow it goes, so I might like reduce the total animation time down to like 0.75, which would mean, oh, this. All right, what is 80% of 75? How do I? All right, 0.75 times 0.8, 0.6. Then what was this one? 0.5. That one would be equal to times 0.75. Times 0.75. This is way easier than having to do math. I guess I could have just done that math in my head, right? All right, so now that looks good. Let's see. Oh, I need to update this timer to 0.75. The only thing is, like, when you're going at a diagonal, it looks kind of wonky. I'm happy with it. Oh, I think that the X and Y are reversed. I think the X needs to be reversed times. What did I do? Oh my God, what have I done? All right, good. You guys can still see. Also, let's do this. Yeah, you guys can see a little bit better. I think this needs to be times minus. This damn keyboard function. I think that'll look better. Yeah, that looks good. Or does it look better? See, now it doesn't look so weird when they're going at a diagonal either. Yeah, I like that. All right. So the theme is tiny worlds, which honestly, I don't know what to do. But the only thing I could think of is let's do. The only thing I could think of was like a puzzle game. You know me, I like puzzle games. I like games that require you to think. Puzzle platformer with a little coffee cup running around. So the thing I was thinking is these barrels that they gave me. I think they're in here. There's a blue one, a yellow one, and a red one. A, B, C. I don't know. The only thing I could think was let's do these as like power-ups or something. But I'm sure lots of people are going to be doing things with like adjusting size. But let's make one of them make you bigger and one of them make you smaller. I can't think of a better idea right now. And this is like one of the only days I have to work on this project because I'm busy most of the week. Let's start by doing the custom event. And I want to call this one grow. Shrink. I know. It's probably like the least creative idea, but I'm going to try to do it better than everyone else. If you can't beat them, wait, if you can't do it better, if you can't do something new, do it better. Something like that. Right? If you can't think of something new, just do something better. All right, let's grow. What do we need to grow? I kind of want to grow everything. But I think that means I'm going to need to like start here. Like set the shape. Set shape. Can I even do that? Hit runtime. There's a get. Maybe I have to do them individually. Set capsule radius. Set capsule. Yeah. You know what would make it easier then is if radius and height were the same. Which isn't, it isn't too far off. Like if these were both 25. Because then I could just do one. I might have to do both anyway. Let's I want to make this visible while I'm playing the game so I can kind of see how I'm manipulating it. All right. It's 25 to start. So let's say that this is a variable called standard or regular size. And that's 25, right? And then do we also need to do the height? What's it called? Capsule half height. Capsule. All right. I want this whole thing to be a function though. Set new size. And whatever this is, I just want to pass it in. I'm winging it here, okay? Give me a break. I do want regular size so I can like return to that at any time. But I think mostly we're gonna have like some math stuff going on here. So grow, I want to take, oh, you know what I should do is I should duplicate this. And I'm going to call this current size. Because I want to just do some math, right? plus. So I had an idea. Here's my idea, basically. All right, I'll talk you through it. So I'm gonna have these barrels. Let's call red is makes you smaller, blue makes you bigger, right? But what I want is that, like, if there's like a small hole, like, oh, I need to fit under this bench, or oh, I gotta fit in here, right? I don't just want you to have to get one. I want you to have to get like multiples, so that you, like, I could put these hidden in the map, and maybe you have to get them like in a certain order. So like if there's like 5, then if you get all 5, you'll be big enough to like jump over something or something like that. I don't know. That's just what I have right now. It's hard to think of new ideas. So I want to regular size times 1.2. No. 0.2. Let's just set up a debug key for now. I'm going to do 1 is bigger. Grow. Oh, this also needs to take my mesh, set scale, set world, I don't know if this is going to work. New size. Well, this would only work once, right? So I need to do some more math. New size. I'm going to do it like this. Wait, is that what I just did here? Current size plus new size. Let's try this first. What did I do it on? 1. It did make it bigger, but only once. All right, let's. Oh, because I need to set that. Like this. All right. The sphere is growing faster than my thing. Oh, the thing isn't growing at all. So this isn't working. The sphere is working though. All right, let's think about this. My current size is 1, right? Get world scale cup. Oh, duh. Maybe it was working. Oh God. Nope. Get world scale times. I think this is going to do the same thing. So there's definitely a flaw somewhere in my math. Yeah, that's a giant cup. All right, new size. New. Oh, you know why? Um, 1.2. I'm making it like 25 times bigger, I think. It's still outgrowing. So let's do 1.1 point. 1. I don't know. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that's working, kind of. Oh, you know what? I think it was working before, but I think it was correct. I think 1.2 was correct. But we can see that the origin of the cup is at the bottom. So when I'm growing it, I'm not growing it from the center out. I'm growing it like only up. See how I'm like getting further and further away from the bottom? So it's still growing too fast. It's still growing too fast. So maybe 1.1 is better. But I need to like translate the set relative location. I don't know. Let's start with oh, I think it needs to be like more math. Always math. It always ends up being math. What's like the overall height of this cup? $50. 50. Times 1.1. Let's just do this once to see how it looks. What's this? 25. Actually, I might be able to use this. But I think I need to do 2. No, I think actually 1.1 might just randomly work. Nope. 0.55. I feel like all right, it's better. I think we're getting there. Let's just do this. 0.25. 0.25. All right, let's try this. We're just gonna do this by brute force. 0.25 is also too big. Let's try 0.1. Kind of. It is growing faster than the container again, though. So the growth is not right. 1.15. 1.2 is too fast. That's oh my god, this is like impossible math. It's getting better. Wildness. All right. I think I think I'm good with that. I also want to set the spring arm length. I think I made the mistake of trying to do the math outside of this function. I think if I was doing this inside here. So let's do get spring, get length, get target, arm length, times 1.2. It also might just be best to like pick 5 sizes. 1, 2, 4. Look at my little cup. It's not moving that fast. I think I need to set the movement speed now too. Set movement, set walk, max walk speed. Get max. This is the fun of prototyping, though. You know, you're just winging it. All right, there's my little cup. Oh, now I can move way too fast. I also, yeah. All right. I need to go back to the drawing board. One of the things is, first of all, I don't like that I don't have a lot of control over it. I think what I actually want to do is create an array of sizes. Let's do this first. I also want to collapse all this into a function. And this is going to be called grow. You know what? Let's do this. This is probably an easy way to do it. All right. So we know our regular size is, I think this is a terrible idea. Could you make a map? Was a vector and a float, scale and speed value? Yeah, I think I think doing it this way with all this is creating quite a mess, right? Because to get the ratio of like size, like this part's easy, right? This part, we're kind of not there either. This part, what is this doing? Oh, this is the mesh, the cup mesh. Oh no, this is doing the math to figure out how far to translate the mesh down. You know, it would be easier to not have to do this part, would be to just take this cup and put it into Blender real quick. And I could change the point of the origin. Cup. Let's do coffee cup. That solves one of the problems. Putting the origin in the middle solves one of the problems. I think you can also do this in Unreal Engine now. But I don't know how. But I do know how to do it in Blender. Imports. What is that? Oh, is that the collision? Yeah, I don't want that. All right. I think I want it like right here. Actually, the best way to do this would be to get the top ring. Why would you choose that path? Well, I guess this isn't like... let's do this point. It's pretty good, right? In the modeling mode, you can adjust the pivot point. This is yeah, I'm gonna do it this way. I think because mathematically I found the center of this based upon the top point and the bottom point. So I found like it's not the center of mass. It's like the center of those two rings that I selected. So now when I scale it, it scales from the top and bottom, which is what I want. So let's export this. Oh, what was that? What was that called? Cup. Tiny treats. All right. Wait. What have I done? Oh, all right. Try it again. It was the exact same. Yep. Yep. Why is this? Now I don't have to do all that dumb math. Basically, get rid of this now. Also this. I do think that this one should not be there. I think I got it wrong. It's this one. All right, that looks good. Modeling mode. Oh, I already read that. All right, yeah. So this is a little bit better. The thing I think it needs to be more drastic than that, because this is, let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grow. All right, so we're current size, regular size. I think this is where I'm going. I think this this one. Like, I think that's too drastic. I think this only needs to be 1.1. Seems like 1.1 is coming up. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then, like, if I did a jump or something, I would need to set the jump height as well. Because the idea, like, one of the things would be like you can't jump over something unless you're big enough or something, right? Like, where small could be like you can fit through smaller spaces, large would be like you can get through, you can jump higher, I guess. 1.1, it's weird how this is like coming up. 1.15, why is that?